try that again. And let's delete the other one. Pretend the other one did not exist for a whole 5 seconds. And delete forever. I understand that I cannot retrieve this. Well, that would have been good to know, like, beforehand. I'm the smoking cheddar, but you probably already knew that. So for anyone watching this on the VOD, yes, this is a unplanned live stream, and you have until this can of White Monster passes through my system in its entirety, and that will be the length of the stream. There is a link to the description. There's a link in the description box down below. There's one for donations. I will be accepting donations during this live stream. However, it is not for myself. This is a donation for Cats Protection UK. Now, if you happen to be a dog person very, very staunchly and not a cat person, please donate to your local shelters. If you are, however, in the giving mood and you are one of those people that do on the odd occasion request to send me money for me doing my hobby, the answer is still no. Donate it to fucking charity. Also, there is a link in the description to an in-game code. You can use this at your own free will, pass it around, post it on the servers, don't care. There is also a link to the Discord in the description down below, where I've currently muted my 2 closest friends because fuck them, that's why. They're only going to say something that's going to get this stream pulled off and probably me cancelled, so they got muted immediately. So just to reiterate, we've got until the length of this volume of fluid has passed through this body, this the squishy meat thing, puppet behind it. I'm the talking head. I'm just going to drink this.
Mic off. Mic on.
Because no one wants to hear me chug and burp. I muted the microphone for you. Anyway, I'm assuming the only 2 people currently watching this are probably the 2 people from my Discord. So hello Rusty and hello Alfie. Yes, I did just mute you. No, I don't feel sorry. Also, update for Warpath and what I'm doing with Warpath currently. I'm not renewing my subscriptions to the game, so for my tech, for my for both my tech trees, that's not getting renewed. Instead, I've put the money into World of Warcraft. I'm going to go back to playing World of Warcraft for a bit. I'm not actually quitting. I would like to stress that quite heavily. I'm not quitting Warpath. I am just simply doing something else with the money that is slightly more financially responsible, because for the length of subscribing to Warpath for a month with all of those different subscriptions, I can get World of Warcraft for a year. Hello Alfie, I knew you'd be in there. So anyway, yeah, we'll just hang around, we'll wait for people to turn up, and then we'll go, ooh, look at my shiny shinies, and then we will just disappear into the ether where, I don't know, this VOD will then be forgotten about indefinitely. Do we still have Operation Athena? We do, and we still can join an Operation Athena. So we might run a little op-a in a bit. Also, I do actually have a second can of White Monster because it is L4 reset at 1 o'clock in the morning for me, and I am very much going to be staying up. I have an empty stomach. Well, it's not empty anymore. It's got 500 milliliters of White Monster in it, and it's going to have another 500 milliliters of White Monster in it once this has passed through my body. So all well and good. We'll do some op Athena once more people show up. We'll see how far we can get. And if no one else shows up, then I'll just end the stream and do whatever. I don't know. Anyway, let's see if we can get a quick match in. Yeah, go on then. It won't take long to find a game, it never does. Oh, look. Is that the Hitman from our server? Or is that a different Hitman? I guess I'll never know. Ooh, a whole 5 concurrent viewers. Hello, everyone. You have arrived just in time to watch me fail miserably at Operation Athena. Feel free to say something in the chat box. You are open on my second monitor. I can see what you're saying. But apparently no one wants to play with me in Op Athena. No one? No one's interested? Oh, we are going to get a game. Hooray. Good for me. Happy days. Now I've got to remember how to play Op Athena after playing something else all day. What's he got in his inventory? But it is blue, so that'll be pretty decent. Light tank? Nice. What's he got on there? A shield for some ungodly reason. Move out of the thing, thank you. We're off on an adventure. He's coming to steal my kills. Bloop. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get the top marks this time. So what's everyone been up to? Is everyone looking forward to their new conquest that will be happening in the next couple of hours? For those of you in restricted or competitive, depending on what you want to call it. Because that'll be at reset. Have you guys got your setups ready? Oh, we just go up here and do that. Ah, yes, there's nothing quite like seeing a massive horde of infantry scrambling across the map. Oh, there's a super heavy over there. The fuck are these guys doing, man? Well, that's us not getting top tier. I'm assuming everyone's just left. Yep, the other two just left. They're going to be part of the problem rather than part of the solution. You know, if they'd have worked a little bit harder and not been complete and utter sponges, we wouldn't have lost that HP there. Have to send that bomber back. Right, well that's the artillery dispatched. Time to work on that super heavy. Oh shit. Got to pick up that MBT now. Come here, come fight me. Fight me. No, fight the MBT. I'll pick up the other super heavies picked up. Nice, nice. What are these guys doing? I'm holding the entirety of the south by myself. Absolute density of them. Whatever. I'm just annoyed now. That has irritated me. I clearly show the prowess of infantry. Literally just need to be over 76% just to get the last 5. 4 hours to do it. What are the chances of that actually pulling through? Probably nil, if we're honest. Oh, it's failed. What a shame. What a shame indeed. No one's saying anything interesting in world chat. As per usual. Which is good. We don't want them to say anything interesting. Right. I suppose it's time we set up the base skin to look mean for the L4. We could go blue or we could go with red. I still kind of like this green because it just looks absolutely hideous and no one rolls the green skin. Most people run either red or blue. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll rock the green one, which is the first one I got anyway. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. We've still got 1,000. So we're moving along quite nicely. The goal's to save up about 5,000 of those blue coupons, because inevitably they're going to release the gold artillery skin again, and when they do, I would like to be ready for it this time round. So let's have a look at the setup. What we've currently got going into the L4 is we have the siege gun in slot 5 using the Ventura and I combination. We have a howitzer in slot 2, currently rocking lib. That is just because really. It is going to be 3 howitzers. We will be converting the Martyr howitzer into the Martyr RL into a Martyr howitzer, and that will be going into slot 5, and lib will be going into slot 3. The reason for that is gearing closer to base, and very luckily and very kindly, the devs have seemed to supply us ahead of the L4 with a free 30-day reverse engineering coupon. Obviously we get 2 when we go into the conquest, so that'll give me the 3 that I need to convert a 7.1 Martyr howitzer into a 7.2, and that's what we're going to use going forward. So we're going to use that as the siege gun. We're going to give it the highest amount of firepower possible because we want that on these 2, and then these 2 are going to be Liberty guns. Now this one's more field orientated in slot 2. So this is jumping out the wrong side. I clicked over here and it lands out down there. So this is my more field orientated gun, as you can see. Got a lovely little skin on them there. We don't have a +1. What we do have is we have Lady Shadow and Warrior Whiz. How that is basically working is we're using a combination of special skills to reduce the enemy's load time in counter battery fire out in the field. We're also using high levels of damage intensity between the 2 of them, and a damage resistance reduction, as well as very high levels of skill damage and a fairly weak, admittedly, splash damage. Now I have actually recorded a video on an officer setup. It's currently sitting in my YouTube playlist. It's ready to go live. It will be it's called the Jack of Trades, and it is literally a double versatile officer setup that you can apply to any unit in the game that you need to deal damage out in the field or against an enemy base. It's not going to be particularly great in terms of a defensive unit, but it is going to support the defensive Argent Flame Stinger Fist combo. Now this is something that I've said in the comments section of my video in regards to Lady Shadow as well, is everyone said, well, you know, she's only capped to 20% of the total amount of damage output. That is a fair comment, she is, but hear this, she's not designed to replace the Argent Flame and Stinger Fist combination. She is designed to augment it. You'll notice here that she is the captain, which means in a defensive scenario, when the first set of skills go off from the captains, followed by the second set of skills go off, followed by the aides, we have Argent Fist getting a boost from we have Stinger Fist getting a boost from Argent Flame. So he's going to hit really hard, but he's going to hit second, whereas these two are going to hit first, and both of these two also deal splash damage, and so does Maestro. So we're able to spread that damage about quite heavily. We're able to capitalize on a increased amount of splash damage. So yes, while technically she is going to be capped on the amount of damage that she can do versus another unit, it's not the end of the world. Quite opposite, really. It's going to benefit us quite strongly. So look at it that way, because if you put her on an MBT, the splash damage is basically non-existent. A 360 point difference in coefficiency on an MBT only really makes a difference when you're fighting another MBT out in the field. In terms of splash damage, the firepower output is actually significantly lower, so it's not going to be able to produce as much damage as the artillery would in instance of splash, which is why she's also capped to 20% of the target's total HP. And you've got to remember, 20%, that's 1/5 of the target's total HP. That's still quite a hefty chunk of HP that we can take off. And obviously, you know, we all love Warrior Wiz, but he is coming out of rotation. He is going to be replaced by Frostfire, and we have Frostfire sitting at 73 out of the last 100 for him being awakened. And also we are looking at going into the L4 with 52,000 conquest coins, so we'll be able to buy the 20. We're also on a statues week where we can get statues for completing our dailies, and on top of that I should get about 3, I think, from my VIP daily. So we're going to be looking at being able to pump him over the line just after reset, hence the white monster. We're staying up, we're going to get him done, we're going to get in the game, and we're going to get fighting straight away. But no, I will not be streaming at that time. That is when we will be cutting off the stream. Well, we'll be cutting the stream off long before then, because I want to play something else. Probably World of Warcraft, just to try out the new expansion that I've just paid for, or the old expansion, depending on how you want to look at it, because I haven't played it at all in the last year and a half. But yeah, this guy's going to be awakened by this time tomorrow. It's going to be grand. We're going to be able to absolutely pump damage, and then I'm basically left with a choice. I could complete Margarita, or I could complete Lonesome Star. It doesn't really matter which one of these I go for, to be perfectly honest. I'm not going to be using either of them anytime soon, but both of them are useful. Or alternatively, and if I'm quite honest, more likely, I will be getting my destroyers, my destroyer officers completed for my navy. Now, I understand there's a lot of people out there who don't like navy. It's in the game. It's half the game now. If you don't embrace it, you will get left behind. Think of that whatever you will. You know, some people hate it, some people like it. Me, I'm fairly indifferent. They've added a new layer to the game. I quite like that. But yeah, it is a bit of an extra chore when you've then got to flesh out a whole bunch of new officers. And to be perfectly honest, this list of officers is only going to get expanded. It's now half the game. They can't hold off on putting officers in forever, and I think that's going to be sooner rather than later. We're going to see more of these. I do want to get this fighter done, but I also need to get the bomber done. We will be going for a full fighter wing, and that was the original plan. Is I was going to go into this L4, use one of my 2 freebies to get a full fighter wing, and then I was going to use the other freebie for reverse engineering to get myself another 7.1 or my first 7.1 Martyr howitzer, and then the following L4 I was going to use the 2 to get it up to 7.2. But thanks to the devs, I can get that done at reset, and I can go for a full base-to-base setup. And what I'm really interested in more than anything else is I want to see how this artillery unit will perform with Frostfire. I want to see how it's going to perform in a base-to-base scenario in comparison to this, because we're looking at a very high amount of skill damage output, which I can inflict upon an enemy base as well as units. And the same goes for this artillery piece here. I think we might see a contender. Maybe not so much, because I mean, I think he does get I think Ventura gets bonuses for skill damage versus fortifications. He gets a 32% bonus for attacking a fortification. We do have the normal attack boost on him as well at the moment. So I was thinking of putting that on this officer, but we are using a damage resist instead. So when they pop out, and I'll just show you what I mean. She's always going to pop out in the middle. Just like that, every time. Always going to be in the middle. That's why those units are now set up that way. So we can now make full use of this skill. At the minute it is only 6%, which isn't a big whoop, but it does go up to 20% damage resistance, and that is within 2 map grids. And when you're in a base to base scenario, which is why I need the other howitzer rather than the RL, that is going to come in very, very handy. Now obviously the RL is better as a defensive unit and it's better as a field unit, and I am going to have to sacrifice that capability to be able to push more bases, but I think that's a sacrifice that is going to be worth it in the long run. I think I'm going to be able to deal way more damage against enemy bases, and let's be fair, if I'm able to run around the map and just crush people out and send them back to the lobby, that's not a problem. My alliance can then move in and mop up without too much of a hassle. It is what it is. The game is moving more towards base to base. It is moving further and further away from AG play. Not so much in the upper echelons, the upper tiers like Gold 1, Legendary and that, but definitely in Gold 3 we were seeing a move towards base to base play. I imagine that is going to start slowly seeping its way into Gold 2, and it's almost certainly the standard way of play for Silver right across the board. And yeah, again, I'm in Silver 1. I'm in Silver 1 through choice. I know the R5 of the Alliance, and yeah, he's a good friend, and I'd like to help him out. He's going through a tough time, so it's not a problem. You know, I don't mind dropping down from Gold or Silver 1 into Silver 2. I don't see that as being a detriment to the gameplay at all. If anything, the lower down you go in Restricted, the more likely you are to fight someone who is effectively in a peer fight with you. You're more into peer-to-peer fighting, because those restrictions are easier to meet, so people meet them faster. And as a result, as people meet them faster, you're seeing more and more people imitating that top-end level of base-to-base gameplay, just at a lower level. And also, you know, in Silver there's less account sharing. Not saying it doesn't happen, it does. There's less account sharing, there's less people, you know, permanently online, glued to their device. Silver is a bit more relaxed in compared to Gold. There seems to be a little bit more of a die-hard attitude with Gold players. No, I'm not against that, but you know, it's not for me. I like to play other games. I like to play Drug Dealer Simulator, you know, Lords of the Fallen, Helldivers 2. Silver 2 is king, Rusty. Silver 2 is king. And just to add to that, where's my little emoji box? There we go. Cat in a box. Have a cat in a box. Yeah, I know we're in Silver 2. I didn't say we're in Silver 1, did I? Well, if I did, I didn't mean it. I meant Silver 2. There you go, look. Silver 2. I know we're in Silver 2. I done the whole assessment this morning, remember? Spent like an hour sent a massive message to Dead Man. Bless him. He had to read, and he was like, "Can you do an assessment?" I was like, "I can do an assessment if you want me to, but it's going to be like an essay." And he ended up reading my thoughts on every single player in this group. And my recommendation was fight everyone and see who wants to be our friend, is basically where we're at. And that includes LMS from our own server here. They're down to 1.35 billion. We're not pointing any fingers or naming any names, but they have been stripped down to 2 players and a bunch of builders. So, I mean, I know there's often seen in Conquest as being you must side with people from your own server. I have specifically recommended against this. I have nothing against Ginsu or Sir Stanley. It's just that it's literally 2 blokes in an alliance. It's strategically it's not viable for everyone on our team to be, only augmented by another 2. So I've recommended that we don't side with them. Whether or not there's a non-aggression on the side, I don't know, but these guys look like they'll be fun to fight, so that's their coalition partner. I think they'll be alright to fight. And they're right next to us. Although that being said, this is mostly out on water, and I have a pants navy, so never mind. We're going to find out the hard way. We might just have to move on to the grass, touch a little bit of grass, and yeah, just do what we can. Just do what we can. Also, guys, if you could just check the description box in this video, there is a code that you can punch in game that I've got in there that will give you some rewards. There's also a link to a donation for Cats Protection UK. If you feel so inclined, please donate to Cats Protection. I think it's a really good cause. My cat's currently asleep. That's where we got him from. That's where we got our last. Come to S111. Yeah, no, okay. I wonder who that could be. I'm getting messages as well. Okay, try not to message me on Discord as well. Yeah, I would like to come to S111, and I may come to S111. There's no telling, to be honest, where we're planning on moving to. The movement was, 17, whatever. We were planning on moving. It's currently on hold. The R5 is in need of assistance, and I don't feel like ditching him at the moment. He's not been too great. And once that has reached the end of its course, we'll look at what servers are currently open, and we'll move to a server that is open from there. At the moment, I don't think 117 is open to us. I think it only goes up to about 56 for us. We'll have a quick look. I have the tickets available, but I'm locked in, so it's not like I can do anything anyway. Your stupid alliance is going gold 3 and we're not fit for it. But if we get super... No, you won't get super lucky. So I'm pretty sure we can only move up to about here at the moment. It opens in 19 days. So server 62 opens in 19 days. So 117 is up here. That's in 8 months' time. Let's have a look. Oh, you got lucky. Right, I see. Where is your alliance? Second or third skill. Sav, right, hang on. One thing at a time. Let's look for Sav so we can mock Sav quickly, and then we will answer the question of, there's Sav 2, there's Sav. Then we will answer that question. Info. Oh, well, you know, you are a respectable 8.3. You guys are fucked. You guys are straight up fucked. If you think bringing that into Gold 3 is a good idea, you guys are going to be in the safe zone for the entire fucking game. Optimus is the only one who stands even remotely an iota of chance. What's his officer power at? 14.1. This guy's a chonky boy. Bill points. His losses exceed 1.1. Yeah, you guys are not gonna have a good day. Walls for you has, yeah, you guys are gonna have a real bad time. I'm sorry. F in chat, guys. Let's just go over the other question. That's R6. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let me just open that so it doesn't keep skimming. Right, so the other question was the second or third skill on the new officer. Ignore that. So this is Mulane. Second or third skill. So troop damage intensity while out in field gives you 30%. Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, if you're training in a skill, you should probably look for converted connections. I mean, this is probably one of the more powerful skills in the game. We're getting a 30% normal attack bonus, and we're getting a 20% officer skill set bonus. So we are going to be dealing a hell of a lot of bonus damage. So even if you are not using Lady Shadow, and I would like to stress very heavily that Lady Shadow is what I would call a core officer. You do need her awakened. You do need her in your lineup. Hey Phil, she needs to be in your lineup somewhere. She is just simply too powerful for you to be ignoring. To start off with, if you're just building her up and you're just looking to get one trained skill in while you're building her up, you want covert connections. It is going to give you the best leverage. The alternative would be to go for deadly dominance here, as that is 25% firepower and HP, and it is one of the best balance skills in the game. So definitely check out that if you do need a balance skill. But if you had to choose between one out of the 3 trainable skills, my money would be on covert connections every single time. Like, I wouldn't even hesitate on that. So yeah, hope that's answered your question. Answered it as well as best you can. For those of you that missed the start of the stream, I bombed a hey Krampus. Uh, I'm good, mate. I bombed a can of Monster. So literally the length of this stream is going to be determined by how long it takes for me to digest that and need to go for a piss. So for those of you who have just joined, like Krampus and Phil, there is in the description box of the video, there is a code that you can redeem in game. Please redeem it, share it to your friends, share it to your Alliance members. I don't know what's in it. I haven't bothered redeeming it. I'm sure it's something like speed ups or whatever. There's also a link to a donation. The donation is not for myself, it's for a charity. Doing a charity drive for Cats Protection UK. If you are a dog person, please donate to your local shelter, or if you are unable for whatever reason to donate to the UK Cats Protection, please donate to your local charity. That's all I ask. I don't ask for anything. I don't ask for likes. I don't ask for interactions. I don't ask for follows. But sometimes there's the odd one of you out there who like to try and give me money for when I try and fix your setups. That's not the case. I'm not looking for that. But if you do feel so inclined that you want to throw a fiver my way, don't throw it my way. Throw it to your local animal shelter, or the one that I've provided a link for. It's entirely up to you. If you guys have any questions, please start firing them out, because I will be here answering them until I need to go to the bathroom, at which point I'll be ending the stream and probably be playing some Drug Dealer Simulator, maybe Helldivers 2, or possibly World of Warcraft, which will be off stream because obviously no one here is really interested in any of that shit anyway. And also I have another can of Monster because obviously at reset we're going into Conquest. I really want this officer completed. I should have finished her off. I should have finished her off when she came out, but I didn't. It's my own fault. And now she's going to get stuck on a massive list of officers that I've not completed. Used to play WoW several years ago. Yeah, no, I played it on and off most of my life. I played it obviously when it came out, because I'm that old now apparently. And yeah, I'm probably gonna go back to it for a little bit. I've cancelled all my subscriptions, or I should say I've cancelled my subscriptions in Warpath. I am not renewing my subscriptions in Warpath. One of them ran out this morning. I've got another one that's running out in about 9 days, and another one that's running out in 23 days. Many talk shit about Margarita. Why would they talk shit about Margarita? She's awesome. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, Conquest is going to be good. I suspect there may be some more PvP videos coming if the last Conquest is anything to go by. But just to focus on why someone would say Margarita is trash, which is just absolutely haram in my books, we get an 1800 damage coefficient for your skill shot, and once they're below 75%, she drops another 550, which makes her perfect for being an aid. Absolutely brilliant. Completely free to play. That's completely cool, Krampus. I started out doing free to play, and then I got sucked into the subscriptions about a year and a half ago, and I kind of thought, the subscriptions are making it a bit easier. What they allow me to do is be a bit more liberal with the gold coin, but I don't really need it. Is there any point or situation where normal attack damage would be superior to standard damage? Yes, that is a good question, and yes, there is, and I will rapidly display how. So let's just find a random piece of shit unit. Oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to go all the way over there, really? Right, bear with me while we pick up our shit and move it towards some ravens, because I'm not very good with words. You have no idea how much shit I edit out of my videos. It's just like every 30-minute video is about 2 hours of me ranting and raving that I have to edit down. But we'll just show you what a normal attack damage difference makes with a quick demonstration. You're currently at 273, but no navy. Ooh. That's going to hurt Krampus going forward. The navy is a big thing, and you can't get rid of it. It's only going to become more of a thing as time goes on. Actually, let's move closer to that infantry. There, that'll do. Truck, what are you doing? Thank you. Right, let's reset the squad quickly. Okay, so normal attack boost and normal attack damage. When does it have a more potent use of its time? So in a situation like this, where perhaps someone is about to park up outside your base, a pop-out attack, which is where you do this, you drop to one side and you attack at max range. Okay, we're going to fire and then pop back in. That is when normal attack damage is going to be at its absolute peak for artillery. But there's more, because when you use things like MBTs, helicopters and light tanks, and you're using crit builds, normal attack damage is what's really leveraging your attacks, because when you're doing a crit build, you want more normal attack damage. It is what's being multiplied to 200% after all, if assuming you've got to the end of the tank tree. So we kind of want to feed into that quite heavily. When you're out in the field and you're looking to chase down an artillery unit with a helicopter or a light tank and you're gunning after it, you're not looking to pop off a skill shot, you're looking to deal normal attack damage. As units drive past your base, you're looking to deal normal attack damage. When you pop out attack, do not sit out there and try and get a skill shot off. You will only lose the unit when it's running up on your base, when they run up on your base with an AG. Use the normal attacks. This is why RLs are generally better, because you can pop out and you can fire in 2 seconds, opposed to their artillery's 3, and then you can pop back in. And I would keep the artillery specifically for that, and it does work very well, but I would rather have the howitzer going forward for my base-to-base capability. It does mean, yes, I'm going to be less... It's going to be harder for me to defend myself, but I'm not looking to defend myself, I'm looking to slay bases, because the game has moved in that direction. And that's all I'm really...
Battery low.
Of course the battery's low. Of course the battery's low. It's not like it was on charge all day yesterday.
Charging battery.
She whispers sweet nothings in my ear. Cheddar is best content creator. Shut up, Phil. You know nothing. They should change your name to Jon Snow. I'm not the best content creator. I'm barely even a content creator. This is something I go over in my most recent video, actually, again, which is not out yet. In my most recent video, I do explain a little bit at the end with what's going on. So those of you who are watching the stream, I'm assuming most of you get to the end of my videos, and normally at the end of my videos I'll say something cheesy or witty, or mostly cheesy because, you know, cheddar. But this time in the most recent video that I've recorded and uploaded, that's not really the case. I do go on to explain a few things that I don't particularly like, and reasons why I might okay, be cutting back on the content creation for Warpath. I'm no longer receiving in-game rewards for content creation because I keep refusing to sign all the documents they want me to sign. Oh, you got to sign up to this, you got to sign up to that, you got to sign this, you got to sign that, and I'm like, dude, it's this isn't a fucking job. This is a hobby. You know, if they want to give me free stuff to keep me encouraged to making content, then that's fine. But if they're going to stop encouraging me with free stuff, then I see no reason to continue. This channel has been and always will be a documentation of things that I enjoy. It's me enjoying video games. You know, for those of you who are just here for the Warpath crazy stuff, you know, if you look back 12, 13 years, we've got Rust, we've got Warcraft streams, we've got, you know, we've got loads of stuff on this channel, and I've never done it to be famous. This is the most popular I've ever been with content creation, and it's for just a mobile game that we can have on desktop, which is just absolutely bananas to me. The fact that I even got over 1,000 subscribers was wild. YouTube the other day said that I could monetize my channel, and I'm like, but why? I've been doing this for what, 12, 13 years? I don't want money for this. That's for other people. That's for other people. I've got enough going on in my life without having to try and stress about making content creation as part of my life. And yes, Phil, the NDA is trash. NK cap, yep, I don't know what that means. I'm too old, but I assume that's a good thing, so thank you very much. I may look young, I may feel young, but my knees and my attitude definitely tell me I am old as fuck. I'm definitely old as fuck. At least I'm getting that way. And this is why you don't ask me a question, because I go off on one for ages. But then at the same time, we kind of need the questions answered, because no one else is willing to answer them. Here, have a look at my stats. Why am I seal clubbing at S2? I calm down, Rusty. You're in no space to talk about having bald spots, you fucking potato. And I can assume then that NK is, in actual fact, our lovely friend Alex. Serial code has already been used. Oh well. Apparently the code doesn't work. Rusty's just told me the code doesn't work. So, go gold 3 or gold 2. I don't want to. I don't want to. It seems like an unnecessary amount of effort for not much enjoyment. Rusty is in fact a human-sized potato. I'll fix that code at the end. But it is entirely possible that they've pulled that code, or they've made me share that code with someone else. That's entirely possible. So I'll get on to them about it. I'll tell them that the live stream, I gave out that code and it didn't work. Gold 2. I've done Gold 2 before. Don't get me wrong, Gold 2 is fun. It's poppin', but I just don't see the point. Oh, lucky you. You get to play with 44 mag. I think we should move on. Where is my losses? Here you go. Look, you can see my total reserve losses there at 601. Yes. I can see how you guys want to move the conversation towards other content creators who I'm sure they're very nice people. But I don't have anything to do with any of them. I've spoken with a handful of the content creators in the creators club, but they have effectively they're more interested in creating content than I am. I'm more interested in participating than actually creating. I feel like the average video that I produce is just slightly subpar anyway. Everyone's putting in like really good graphics, and I've just got a picture of a three-eyed fucking frog, and that seems to be like just a meme now. Like, I don't even take my own thumbnails. I make my thumbnails on my phone in about 10 seconds. I have a template saved with the three-eyed frog, and then I just change the background and just change the text and then just download it, and that's it. Let's have another go then, while you guys think up of more things to torment me with. Let's have another go at Operation Athena and see if we can get at least a team that doesn't blow. Cancelled. Why? Why do they always cancel? I wanted to join. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say they're outside the box, Phil. I would say almost certainly that I'd say almost certainly that they seem logical to me, uh, and they should seem logical to everyone else. What the fuck is wrong with people? Why are they just bailing out? Cheddar number one, shut up, Alfie. Well, fuck me sideways with a blowtorch, call me a badger, and set me on fire. We finally got in. Oh, there's literally no one protecting up top then. No you, Alfie. No you. Next wave in 20 seconds. We're gonna make you sit here for a whole 20 seconds after spending 10 minutes trying to get a game. What felt like an eternity. Just fucking go to him. Cheddar for president. Oh, you can shut up, Rusty. I'll remind you. In fact, I'll remind you of that when we're in Discord voice chat later, and you're like, "Ooh," telling me to shut up. I'll be like, "Nah, you told me I'm president." Yeah, imagine that ego in the fucking chair. That'll be your mistake. It'll just be all your mistake. But it's not your birthday today. It can't be. Well, I suppose there's a 1 in 365 chance it is, unless you're born on a leap year. But I'm not singing happy birthday to you. Bad enough with my VIP ego. What, my VIP ego doesn't even exist anymore. It de facto has been eliminated. They have stopped me from having all the free shit. They'll all be dead by the time I get there. There's no point. Stay in my lane. Well, that's just unfortunately timed for you, because now you're spending your birthday on a stream with me. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't even think I went on a stream on my birthday. I don't know. What does this say? Everyone get fighters. No. I could delete it just to be a troll, but I'm not going to. Yes, very useful of literally everyone else ignoring the artillery pieces. Just fucking go at them. Go at him, Mr. Shaky. Watch my infantry tear, or don't watch my infantry tear through it, because the RL's going to be a sneaky little bastard and steal my kill. I don't feel like I'm doing a lot of damage this L4. Not this L4, sorry, this Athena. I'm doing pretty much nothing. What we can do is we can cheese that, though. And then we can pull them over here like this. Just pull him in like this. There we go, got him. Now if the RL's got any sense, he'll take that out. I can just sit here and soak up the damage. And boop. Skill shot in hard. Someone better go south. Right, I guess I'm going south then. Not the tank and the helicopter that just came from down there. Greedy bastards. Yeah. We're gonna need this. This is gonna suck for my infantry. Yep. I knew that was gonna happen. I should have swapped my bomber onto the big one. It's alright, I won't make the same mistake. I'll make an entirely different one instead. We do it! Again, everyone's bundling in for kills rather than focusing on sectors. Not cool. Not cool, guys. Not cool. I'm not really... Go on then. I'll hold him up for you. My bomber should be able to kill the other artillery unit before it gets there. Come on, fight me. Dude, shoot this. The bomber's got that covered. Infantry taking a fucking beating over here and douche nozzle with the RL picking on the soft target just because it's an easy kill. Getting ragey. Well, he doesn't want to come up and use the RL on this helicopter then, does he? That's alright. I think my infantry have this covered. Like, he's getting absolutely mowed down. Everyone's like, ooh, infantry suck. Really? Mine don't. Mine are pretty beastie. I think they made records in the 90s. Ah, oh, shit, it's a fucking helicopter. No. I must stop. Are you fucking spastic? You went too far. That's it. If that loses 0.6%, it's over. We're on the final wave. We can't lose any more HP. Oh my god, no one's fucking paying attention! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Sacrifice the RL. Oh, no one's got the fucking heli. I'm gonna have to do it. Here. Oh, I can't get them both. Oh, the flying Dorito's gonna stop it. No. Oh, fuck. We were so close. Well, now I'm just depressed. No, I'm not taking one for the team on that one. My bombers can deal with it. Or the RL can sponge the kill. Man. How? How is the skill damage of my infantry outperforming RLs and helicopters? I want 2 days off. This guy's infantry down here fucking blows. I think this guy probably had the soak infantry. Mr. Shaky, what is he running? I don't know what he was running. I don't know, no, wasn't he running the bear and Everbloom? Yeah, something like that. I've got triple the amount of losses for like almost triple the amount of kills. So there you go. Failed on the last tier yet again. Look at all this junk. Look at all this monetization junk now they got in here. Basically, monetization, a login pass. I don't know why they felt the need for this £2.49 daily login pass. Like, I kind of felt like this was like this one. You know, you won't get that many city coins, contribution coins anywhere else. I'll have a look to see if I've got enough play coins, play credit that I can convert into things on my phone. See if I can get that, because that's pretty decent, but realistically, that was gobshite. Anyway, I think that just goes to prove that she's pretty good on infantry, and in fact it was this setup that was on the infantry, this setup exactly. So yeah, she can deal some damage. She's a good officer. She's the best officer. 10 out of 10. I don't call her a perfect officer because I feel like as a new 5th generation officer, I think she's going to be a little bit. I think there's going to be a couple of items, maybe skills that she's got that could be room for improvement, but yeah, that's basically. Here you go. Have some noodles, everyone. Lady Shadow. Broken. Utterly broken. So has anyone else got any questions before I end the stream, because it's now 9 o'clock, resets in 4 hours, and I've failed Athena at 75% or above twice, and I am now depressed, and I would like to go to the bathroom. So if you've got any questions, let's hear them, or forever hold your peace, because I will be heading off shortly. Plus it's hot as balls in here, and this is like not helping. This shirt is definitely not helping. I want to take it off and get like all sweaty and naked. So hot, man. So hot. What else we got? Oh, I just noticed the soundboard is disabled in Discord while I have my headset muted. That seems very unfair. Well then, I think seeing as everyone has left and this will basically be the end of the stream. Thank you all for everyone who attended this evening and asked questions. At one point, I think we're up to like 12 concurrent viewers, which is more than I used to get on Twitch when I'd stream Escape from Tarkov. But then, to be fair, I was pretty ragey in EFT2. So, thank you all. Obviously, if you've made it this far into the VOD and you missed it in the middle of the stream, that code no longer works. Got a message from Rusty saying the code that I uploaded in the description box no longer works. It will be amended in the description box at the end of the video. I will leave the link to Cats Protection UK up should you feel like you want to donate anything to the stream. Don't donate it to your local dog or cat shelter, or in my case, if you are in the UK, it is a request that you throw a couple of quid in for Cats Protection UK, as that's where we got Caramel from. He's our cat. He does make an appearance briefly in the next video. So thank you all very much for watching. I've been the Smoking Children. You've been very patient. A link to the Discord is in the description box down below. Should you feel the need to swing by and get bullied by us, just remember, guys, I believe I can show it on stream. Badoop. If we just open this up, just so everyone is aware, if you do not read this and press this button, you cannot see these channels. You won't be able to see these channels anyway, because if you don't drink Pepsi Max Cherry, I'm still waiting for Pepsi to give me that call saying they're going to sponsor me. Pepsi, where's my lifetime supply of Pepsi Max Cherry? But yes, if you need or want to come into the Discord, there is a link in the description down below. You need to press this button here, this one here, specifically this one, and then you can see all of the other degenerates, including Krampus, who made an appearance in this evening's stream. There you are. You're getting a named and shamed Krampus. So thanks very much. Don't do anything I wouldn't, and I'll see you soon. There is a video coming. I shall release it on the weekend, probably, maybe, I don't know, who cares.